time to tickle your brain with the facts. Ooh-wee! Here are 50 amazing facts to blow your mind. In 1981, the magazine Locus butchered the title of Gene Wolfe's next novel, The Citadel of Autark, and announced that it would be titled The Castle of the Otter. Wolfe found the mistake so funny he actually published a book titled The Castle of the Otter the following year. Near the end of her life, Ada Lovelace had a religious transformation and began to repent the conduct of her life. After confessing something to her husband 3 months before her death, he abandoned her bedside. It is still not known what she told him. Sugar isn't directly bad for your teeth, but rather it creates the perfect environment for bacteria in your mouth to thrive, and they produce acid as a byproduct, which is bad for your teeth. Dana Carvey underwent heart bypass surgery for a blocked coronary artery, but the surgeon operated on the wrong artery. Eventually, he won a lawsuit against the hospital and won $7.5 million, all of which was donated to charity. In 1797, Fath Ali Shah, the second Shah King of Iran, was given a complete set of the Encyclopedia Britannica's 3rd edition, which he read completely. After this feat, he extended his royal title to include Most Formidable Lord and Master of the Encyclopedia Britannica. In World War II, English soldiers would use passwords that had sounds that the language of the people that they were fighting against did not have, so they could tell if an unidentified person was an enemy soldier trying to infiltrate them by if they said the sounds correctly. A clown saved 300 children during the deadliest avalanche in history. Only 400 people survived out of around 18,000 in the town of Yungay, Peru. The children were attending a circus and a clown led them to higher ground, moments before the avalanche destroyed the entire town. Pirates and buccaneers sometimes engaged in matelotage, a practice in which male couples would agree to share their incomes and inherit their partner's property in the case of their death. The torpedoed RMS Lusitania sank in broad daylight within sight of the coast in just 18 minutes, killing 1,197 people. In the year 2000, 3 Scottish sisters took out a £1 million insurance policy in the event of them immaculately conceiving the second coming of Christ. They paid £100 a year until 2006, when the insurance company canceled the policy. The Air Force has a program in place that will keep B-52 bombers flying for over 100 years since they were manufactured. 4 of the last 7 Illinois governors have been jailed. Gordon Ramsay robbed the restaurant that he was working in and framed his mentor Marco Pierre White so that they wouldn't hire him to replace Ramsay. No film has ever won all 4 acting awards at the Oscars: Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, and Best Supporting Actress. And only 3 films have ever won 3 of the 4: A Streetcar Named Desire, Network, and Everything Everywhere All at Once. Project Artichoke was a mind control program by the intelligence divisions of the Army, Navy, Air Force, and FBI. The goal was to determine if someone could involuntarily be made to perform an act of assassination. It also studied forced addiction to morphine, hypnosis, and amnesia. It was succeeded by the more commonly known program MK Ultra. The Huckleberry Hound Show by Hanna-Barbera was the first animated series to win an Emmy Award as an outstanding achievement in the field of children's programming. It won the award in 1960. Albert Einstein was not awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for his work on special relativity and energy mass equivalence, which led to the famous equation E=mc², but rather for his discovery of the law of the photoelectric effect. The world's first hard drive, the IBM 350, was introduced in 1956. It was leased to companies for $37,600 a month, adjusted to 2024 dollars. It weighed 1 ton and held 3.75 megabytes, which is about the size of a small PDF file. A Far Cry film based on the video game was released in 2006. Directed by Uwe Boll, it was a major box office bomb, making only $743,000 against a $30 million budget. Turkish garbage collectors have created a library from discarded books. It's located in Ankara. Most 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzles have more than 1,000 pieces. The sound that a whip makes when you crack it is caused by a sonic boom created when the tip of a whip moves faster than the speed of sound. The whip was also the first man-made object to break the sound barrier. Bismuth, the active ingredient in Pepto-Bismol, technically has no stable isotopes. However, its most stable and common isotope has a half-life more than 1 billion times the age of the universe. A man sued his own search warrant and won the case in the Supreme Court. Titled Marcus vs. Search Warrant, he believed that the warrant was too vague and was unable to sue any of the agents as they acted within the law. Modern broiler chickens have been bred to get so heavy so quickly it can lead to bone deformities. The Malaysian version of rock, paper, scissors is called 1-2 Som, which uses rock, water, and bird. Water is a stretched out palm, same as paper, but a bird is represented by all 5 fingertips and held to form a bird beak. Rock kills bird, bird drinks water, and water sinks rock. The cancellation of the US-Mexican Bracero program indirectly led to tasteless supermarket tomatoes. The end of the program, which facilitated migratory labor, pushed farmers to use mechanical harvesting, which only worked on more robust, less tasty tomatoes. Comet Swift Turtle is the largest comet to make repeated close approaches to Earth. A collision would release 27 times the energy of the impact that caused the extinction of the dinosaurs. It's been described as the single most dangerous object known to humanity. In 2023, a massive pumpkin named Michael Jordan squashed the world record for the heaviest gourd at the World Championship Pumpkin Weigh-Off in California. Travis Ginger, a Minnesota horticultural teacher, earned $30,000 in prize money. His 2,749-pound pumpkin beat the previous record by 47 pounds. While the country of El Salvador, or the Savior, is named after Jesus, the name brought by the Spanish conquistadors, the original name according to the indigenous people there was Cuscatan. The name means the place of precious jewels. David Bowie's half-brother Terry Burns, who suffered from schizophrenia, was a significant influence on his musical career. In fact, his song All the Madmen is about Terry. Dictator Muammar Gaddafi had a strange obsession with US Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice. He had Libya's most famous composer write her a song called Black Fowler in the White House. A photo album full of pictures of her was also found next to his bed by opposition fighters. Natalie Portman had papers published in 2 scientific journals. While at Harvard, she co-authored a study called Frontal Lobe Activation During Object Permanence, data from near-infrared spectroscopy. The redwood of the East, a 100-foot tall tree that once covered 25% of eastern US forests, produced tons of food and built America's industrial backbone, lost 99.9% of its population to a catastrophic blight. In 2012, a man sued Mountain Dew for finding a mouse in a can. They defended themselves by arguing that if it was in the can for 15 months, the mouse would have dissolved. The case was settled. Flat-faced dog breeds like pugs and bulldogs suffer from a condition known as brachycephalic syndrome, which causes significant respiratory issues due to their compressed skull structure. This trait is bred purely for appearance but can result in chronic breathing problems and even death. The Six Flags theme parks are named after the 6 flags that flew over Texas, including the Confederate flag, the American flag, the Spanish flag, the Mexican flag, the French flag, and the Republic of Texas flag. Sloths can starve to death on a full stomach. Unlike most mammals, sloths have sacrificed their ability to control their body temperature in order to save energy. Instead, they're completely reliant on environmental conditions, and their core temperatures can fluctuate over 10 degrees Celsius during the course of a single day. If they get too cold, the special microbes that live in their stomachs can die, and the sloth can no longer digest the leaves that it eats. Grunion fish have unusual mating habits. The females will burrow tail first into the sand up to their necks so that only their heads stick out. Then a bunch of males will squirt their sperm onto their heads. The sperm trickles down their bodies to reach the eggs below them. Goku's power level wasn't originally 9,000, it was originally 8,000, and there was a change made in the English dub. Nicolas Cage hired an alcoholic to follow him around so he could emulate his behavior for leaving Las Vegas. A Giffen good is a product that people consume more as the price rises and vice versa, violating the law of demand. A classic example of Giffen goods is an inferior quality staple food whose demand is driven by poverty that makes their purchasers unable to afford superior foodstuffs. As the price of the cheap cheap staple rises, they can no longer afford to supplement their diet with better foods and must consume more of the staple food. The National COVID Memorial Wall is a 500-meter wall created in 2020 along the Thames in London to mark the lives lost by COVID in the UK. It has more than 240,000 individually hand-painted red hearts, each representing a victim. Many of the hearts have messages left by the bereaved or by volunteers. There was a chess controversy in India in 2021 during a charity match between billionaire Nikhil Kamath and a grandmaster. It was revealed the billionaire cheated by hiring several chess experts and used computers to make perfect moves. He owned a stock brokerage. Vatican City leads the world in per capita wine consumption due to its sacramental use. Legendary session bassist Leland Sklar put a switch on his bass that does nothing. He calls it the producer switch. When a producer asks for a different sound, he flips the switch, making sure the producer can see and carries on. He says this placebo has saved him a lot of grief. There's a whale known as the 52 Hertz whale, also known as 52 blue, of an unidentified species that has never been sighted, but has been heard and known to exist since the late 1980s. There was also a feature-length documentary about it that Leonardo DiCaprio was an executive producer for. Ulysses S. Grant was supposed to attend the play in which Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. John Wilkes Booth had also planned to assassinate Grant. However, at the last minute, he decided to go to New Jersey to visit his children instead of attending the play. While filming Barry Lyndon in Ireland in 1974, director Stanley Kubrick received a phone call alleging that the IRA had him on a hit list and gave him 24 hours to leave the country. He left within 12 hours, with the film being only a third completed. One of the most popular brand of stage blood is actually mint flavored. Hey, thanks for watching. If you'd like to watch more, you can click any of the links on your screen now, and consider becoming a member of my YouTube channel for more exclusive content and 24-hour advanced access to all new videos. I'll see you next time.